As I sit here ready to confess my sins, I stand here before you, about to confess both most wholesome and weirdly cringy and fun time I had. Confession. I was a nerd fighter. Welcome to this episode of The Bald Book Geek. My name is Darth James, and if you want to support this weird little corner of the internet, you're welcome to check out Ko-fi, where you can buy me a coffee, Patreon, Substack, as well as YouTube channel memberships. Also, remember, if you don't want to do that, you can always just like this video, leave a comment, and hit that hype button. Let's start the show. Yes, that kind of nerd fighter. Hank Green, John Green, DFTBA, Pizza John, all of it. And I mean all of it. So I will say I didn't really fit the stereotype. I didn't wear quirky glasses. I never in my life wanted to ever see anyone in galaxy leggings, and I never took a black and white selfie holding a sign that said the world is not made of atoms, it's made of tiny stories. Okay, I did. I did have that sign. I had that sign. I can't lie. I'm a terrible liar. I had that sign. Being a nerd fighter wasn't just about reading The Fault in Our Stars and decoding it like it was the deepest thing ever written. It was YouTube before YouTube was called Print and Beige, where the algorithm didn't decide your personality, where you could upload a slightly shaky video filmed on your potato and still would reach people all over the world without doing anything. The Vlogbrothers were the centre of it. John was earnest, fast-talking, always looking like he was about to miss a train, but needed to explain existential dread to you at first. Hank was bouncy, chaotic, and teaching you science, and occasionally dropping a song that would get stuck in your head for a few days. It was wholesome. Weirdly wholesome. On a level that I've never truly found anywhere on the internet since. But the real chaos, that lived on Tumblr. If YouTube was the town hall of Nerdfighteria, Tumblr was the after party where everybody was eating leftover cake or ordered a Chinese and sat on the floor eating it and making memes out of table decorations. GIF sets of every John Green eyebrow raise. Photo sets of Hank playing a ukulele while wearing increasingly spectacular outfits that would put Elton John to shame. Quote edits like, "Some infinites are bigger than other infinites," plastered all over stock photos of clouds and grainy Polaroids of your shoes. Random fan art of Hank Green as Disney princesses for absolutely no reason. That was a thing. And I wish I could tell you I was above it all, that I was just a casual fan dropping in occasionally. But no, I was in deep. I had a Fault in Our Stars quotes on my blog. I reblogged my Faults Are Stars I Cannot Fathom into Constellation Graphics so many times I think my rather sizable following were ready to stage an intervention. I may or may not have made my own Pizza John t-shirt from scratch for a meet with fabric paint. It looked terrible. I still have it. I'm not throwing it away because we all signed each other's shirts. But here's the thing. Being in that kind of weird corner of the internet wasn't just about the books or movies or whatever. It was weirdly culture. It was a strange little global community where people actually did things together. Someone would start a charity project and suddenly thousands of people were involved. Someone on Tumblr would say something really bad happened and some really bad stuff happened, and people in another country would send them pizza. I sent people pizza. It was chaotic kindness. Someone sent me pizza. It was a thing. And there were rules to being in the fandom, unspoken rules, but still. You had to say DFTBA, don't forget to be awesome, like it was an actual language. You had to treat the annual project for awesome like Christmas, New Year's, and Super Bowl rolled into one. You had to pretend you were in on the in-jokes, even if you didn't know what they meant. Looking back now, the books themselves don't hit the same anymore. Not in the cringe way. Just in the reading, my reading tastes have changed drastically. And I don't reread Looking for Alaska, Paper Towns. Fault in Our Stars was fine, I don't need to see the film again. Although there is a copy of Paper Towns that I own that I will never get rid of because it's signed by pretty much everyone that was at this big thing. And I won't say what this big thing is because it will It would too many well-known things and a lot of well-known people, and privacy is important. But I'll put it this way: that book, we all signed each other's books, and it was wonderful. And I will never get rid of that. Too many good memories. And yet, maybe we looked completely ridiculous doing it, but it was a different time. What I do remember is that feeling, that shared excitement, the sense that we're part of something bigger than yourself, even if all you were doing was reblogging cloud photos with sad quotes on them at 2 o'clock in the morning. It was a different internet. It was messier, a little naive, but more willing to be sincere. Now everything online feels like it needs a wink, a disclaimer, and a ton of irony. Back then, we were just believing in things without irony. And like I said, we looked ridiculous doing it. Maybe my old Tumblr is an embarrassing shrine to a very specific shade of 2013 teal. Maybe I once tried to write my own infinite quote and it was terrible but still went viral before viral was a thing. But you know what? We had fun. A lot of fun. And I mean that. It was genuinely fun. It was loud, it was messy, it was sincere, and I'm still connected to a good number of people from that time in my life. And a lot of us are having babies and traveling and doing all of this stuff, and it's wonderful. So I will say this here and now, with all the sincerity I can. Thank you. Thank you to the people who were there. Thank you to the people that sent me pizza. Thank you to the person that helped me through possibly one of the worst breakups of my life and got me in touch with the right people. And I say that with full sincerity. We were cringy as hell, but we loved it, and maybe we should be cringy. Because there's going to come a point where all the young people, all the people out there, yes, I'm old enough to call 20-somethings young people, will look back on their past selves and cringe. But I don't regret a single second of it, because we were weird, we were overly enthusiastic, and honestly, the internet could use a little more of that. Let's be honest. Let's say it. So like I said, thank you to the people. You know who you are. And thank you for the memories and everything else. I wouldn't give it back. Simple. And I might, if I am brave enough, find some of the old videos and go from there. Are we going back a really long way? Yes. Nearly 20 years. But there we were. So I'll talk to you guys again soon, and like, subscribe, and tell me what you think in the comments below. Keep fighting, Nerdfighters. I miss you.